You'll get him next time.
You bet.
And you're locked into another episode of the Leo podcast. My name is Josh, and I'm glad to be back with you once again this week, making that intersection between faith and animation and delivering those redundant analogies you've come to know and love. Unfortunately, Rebecca is out sick this week, so I am holding down the fort, so I'll try to make it a good one. I generally do not film myself on camera for these episodes, just because I usually have a script that I go by, and I usually have to refer to the script a lot, and so my eye contact isn't really there, and so it's just a bit distracting. With Rebecca being sick, this also means that unfortunately our Comic-Con recap video will be delayed. We're really excited to share it with y'all. We're just filming some final pieces for that. We had a lot of fun. We met some really great celebrities, some cool people, got some souvenirs as well. And so we will be sharing that episode here in the near future. But today we'll be discussing a new series from Pixar on Disney Plus titled Win or Lose. And this show offers a unique storytelling approach by focusing on a middle school softball team called the Pickles. And with each episode, it's presenting events from different characters' perspectives leading up to the championship game. So we have all these different characters that are involved somehow with the kids and on the softball team, and it's all going to come to a head in the final episode. As of this recording, there's only 8 episodes out right now. So I don't know, there's a 10 episode series, 12 episodes. So really excited. We've only watched, I think, through episode 5 so far. But I went into this series completely blind, didn't know anything about it. The only thing I had read about it was the headline, Pixar introduces its first openly Christian character. And with our podcast being the subject that it is, and what we discuss from a faith-based and biblical perspective, we had to give this a watch. And we are very glad that we did. This discusses so many different issues, so many different life experiences, but we'll be focusing on episode 1, which is available on YouTube. So if you want to check it out for yourself, if you don't have Disney Plus, I will link that down in the description for you to go and see it for yourself. So if you want to watch it first and then come back and hear about the analysis that I'll do on it, great. If not, just know that there will be spoilers. For episode 1, aside from introducing the character of Laurie, again, Pixar's first openly Christian character, it also addresses the portrayal of anxiety through creative animation, and it delves into the theme of expectations versus reality. So let's dive right into episode 1. We begin episode 1 with the character of Laurie. She is the right fielder for the Pickles softball team and is the daughter of the coach, Coach Dan. We open up with Laurie engaging in prayer before the championship game, seeking guidance and strength. This portrayal of Laurie in prayer is subtle yet significant. It's integrating her faith naturally, which I appreciate, into her character, but without making it her soul-defining trait. And I do appreciate that Pixar did this with this series, that they just didn't say, okay, we have our first openly Christian character, and then just made them like overtly Christian. There's more to Laurie than that, than just her faith. Now, the inclusion of an openly Christian character has sparked a myriad of reactions. Some viewers did appreciate this representation. They feel that it adds depth and relatability to Laurie's character. Others have questioned this change amid the controversies as to why Pixar decided to make this an openly Christian character as opposed to what it was originally written as a transgender character. Before Win or Lose premiered, reports emerged about the renewal of the transgender character storyline. Initially, the character of Kai, voiced by transgender actress Chanel Stewart, was intended to be a transgender individual. However, Disney decided to alter this aspect, citing that many parents prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms. This decision has ignited discussions about the representation and inclusivity in media. Critics have also argued that removing such storylines diminishes visibility for marginalized communities, while others believe that certain topics should be approached with caution in children's programming. In media today, in movies, TV shows, children's programming, as this relates to, I feel that everybody's trying to pack in marginalized groups and making sure that they have every character represented just for the sake of representation. I feel that's doing a disservice to those marginalized groups or communities. If you're going to have them represented, have them actually participate in the storyline, rather than just saying, okay, we have to have everything from A to Z represented so we can make everybody happy. Again, you're not going to make everyone happy with the content that you produce. You're going to ruffle some feathers, and as creators, us included, we may say something that you take offense to, we don't intend for it, but we all have our different opinions. I do want to point out, though, that as we navigate this complex issue, it is crucial to balance the desire for inclusivity with sensitivity to diverse audience perspectives. How do you think media companies should handle representation with their content? Should we just have everyone in there just for the sake of inclusion? Let us know your thoughts in the comments of this episode. Portrayal of anxiety. This was very well done, in my opinion, and it's also one of the standout elements of the first episode. Laurie grapples with self-doubt and the pressure to perform well, leading to the manifestation of an imaginary creature named Sweaty, symbolizing her anxiety. I thought it was really funny that basically it's her sweat, again kind of gross, that is manifesting into this imaginary character that is symbolizing her anxiety, her self-doubt. And Pixar, once again, did a great job by externalizing Laurie's internal struggles, using imaginative animations to represent her emotions. This approach not only makes her experience relatable, but also provides a visual understanding of anxiety for viewers who might be unfamiliar with such feelings. Unless if you are just happy-go-lucky and carefree and you may not have experienced self-doubt or anxiety. I know I have many times. But this episode isn't about me, it's about Laurie. From the faith perspective, addressing anxiety aligns with biblical teachings in Philippians 4:6 and encourages us not to be anxious about anything, but to present our requests to God through prayer. Laurie's journey reflects this sentiment as she seeks comfort in her faith while confronting her fears. Now we get on to the theme of expectations versus reality. This is prevalent throughout the first episode. Laurie envisions herself making the winning play and earning her father's praise, because it hasn't gone well past few games that she's been in. She's always striked out, she's always missed the ball, she didn't catch it, while her father is saying, hey, good job, and hey, you really proved yourself today. Time and time again, Laurie's dad's response is, you'll get it next time, you'll get it next time, and not actually offering to help her, train her, thinking that she's just gonna get better as time goes on, but not really honing her skills. She may not just be good at this and is only on the team because her dad is the coach. And with Laurie striking out and not doing as good as she's envisioning, it's challenging her preconceived notions of, well, am I good enough? That's the theme that she has all throughout the episode. Am I good enough? Why am I on this team if I'm not good? This narrative mirrors our own lives. we often set high expectations that might not align with actual outcomes. I know that sometimes I will set myself up for failure with unachievable expectations, and that's when I had to kind of step back, realign, reset, and saying, okay, I may not be good at this, I may fall short, let's see what I am good at, what I can achieve, what is manageable. And often these outcomes of what we fail to achieve can lead to disappointment or can lead to growth, depending on how we respond to it and how we respond to reality versus our expectations is vitally important. In Proverbs 16:9, it reminds us that while we plan our course, the Lord establishes our steps. Embracing this wisdom can help us navigate unmet expectations with grace and trust in a greater plan. So, a few personal observations I want to bring up with episode 1. Laurie, we know, is openly Christian. Her family, though, may say a bit of the opposite. Now, it is evident that Laurie's parents are divorced, separated, or in the process of being divorced. Her dad may have raised her to be devoutly Christian or a person of faith, but there is a scene where she goes to her mom's, because I think her dad gets her on the weekends and her mom has custody over her during the week. And we can see that her mom is at the table when Laurie comes through the door and she's reading tarot cards, or if you want to make it sound any better, destiny cards. It's still bad. It's still not good. So I thought that was a interesting juxtaposition where you have a daughter who is of one faith, and then you have a parent who is completely the opposite of that faith. I also want to bring up the character of Sweaty, Laurie's personification of her anxiety. And just as it grows bigger and bigger and bigger and literally weighs Laurie down, and anxiety can do that to us all. It can cause such a burden if we let it eat us from the inside out. We see this character of Sweaty just constantly telling Laurie, hey, let's focus on all the mistakes we made today. Laugh like you think this is funny because you'll feel embarrassed otherwise. And just attack after attack until Laurie's anxiety becomes her whole persona. We see at the championship game that Laurie is just covered in this anxiety, and she asks the question of her dad, am I good enough? And her dad could have handled this a lot better than what he had been doing, but he said, it's not about being the best, it's about doing your best. And I thought that was really fantastic. And that gave Laurie the strength to keep going on and to do her best at the softball game. And we can see the anxiety shrinking as she gets more confidence and focuses on the positive parts of herself. As we wrap up our discussion on Win or Lose, the first episode, we've explored the introduction of the character of Laurie, the first openly Christian character, the complexities surrounding the removal of the transgender storyline, the creative portrayal of anxiety, and the theme of expectations versus reality. Episode 1 offers a narrative that prompts reflection and conversation. It's a testament to Pixar's ability to blend entertainment with meaningful storytelling. As I mentioned, if you haven't seen this episode, I would encourage you to watch this. It is available on YouTube at the time of this recording. I will have the link down to it in the description. And let us know what you thought about the episode in the comments of our podcast. And you can also share your thoughts with us on social media and drop us a line as well, contact@enlia.com. If you like this episode, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and ring the bell for notifications so that you are notified every time that we upload a new video. I want to thank you for joining me for this episode. We will be back next week with another one. And until next time, keep those halos shiny and stay holy, my friends.